India is writing its success story, and you could be a part of it by embracing new technologies, breaking new frontiers. The new India is ready to take a leap ahead. Are you ready? Vignan, building young India.
Today we are going to discuss about ginning. Ginning. Gin is the machine, ginning is the process. Ginning is the process which separates fibers and seeds. It is majorly used only in cotton. The objectives of ginning is basically separation of fibers and seeds. The perfect ginning operation would be performed if the separation of fibers from the seed was completed without any damage to either to the fiber or to the seed. That is referred as a perfect ginning operation. We can see this is the process, entire process of the ginning, whereas the seed cotton will be put and then it will be gone to a mixing chamber, the pneumatic conveyor and opener or pre-cleaner, then the actual ginning machine. There are several types of ginning machines are there. We will discuss in detail in the next after some time. So the ginning machine, then the ginning will make the lint and seeds separately. Okay, and there is something called as lint cleaner. Okay, then it will be gone further, whereas it will be known as bale press, where the cotton, the ginned cotton, will be stored in a compressed state. So it will increase the shelf life, reduces the transportation cost, and also it will reduce the effect of bees, moths, or the damage of cotton can be reduced in terms of the compressed cotton. So the cotton first goes through the dryer to reduce the moisture content. Okay. So if you consider the cotton balls which are collected from the field generally consist up to 25% of the moisture regain, whereas at this stage the ginning cannot be contained. It needs to be reduced to below 10% in order to obtain an optimum ginning performance. Okay. If you see the typical gin process, the layout as prescribed in this slide, and generally if you consider the production capacity, it will be 12 bales per hour. 12 bales per hour. Generally in India, if you consider one bale is equal to 180 to 190 kgs. Okay. Some of the modern gins may go up to 60 bales per hour. 60 bales per hour. Okay. So different types of ginning. So before the introduction to modern machinery and all, we will see some of the conventional methods of the ginning. So ginning is one of the process which attracted most of the slavery in terms of the American and other African continents. Okay. So earlier and all, before the invention of a machine, so what happens? The separation of seeds and fibers will be done manually. Okay. So imagine how tedious the process is. Okay. So some of the early days inventions are like foot roller and then an improvement to chakka and all. Okay. So the cotton industry is developed and greater production was called, and even you can call the industrial revolution basically starts from the ginning. Okay. Eli Whitney is the person who invented the ginning machine. If you see in this figure, we could see the two ladies or the women, they are performing the ginning operation, whereas the person who is rotating the charkha is spinning these fibers into yarn. If you see the principle, the conventional or the very earlier principle, a stone, a roller and a wooden sandals will be used in order to perform the ginning operation. These are the later few developments, whereas the operator will hold the cotton with hands and feed to the between the rollers. Okay, so the fibers will be sucked and then the seeds will remain into the hand. This is another process in terms of the ginning techniques. So if you see, as per the literature, there are various developments of the gins across the globe. These are the popular versions which are quite commonly used around the globe. The mostly used is the knife roller gin, then the saw gin, and then the McCarthy gin. In principle, the knife roller gin and McCarthy gin both are somewhat similar but not same. Okay, and in terms of the McCarthy gin, it is further distributed as single acting McCarthy gin, double acting McCarthy gin, and double roller double acting McCarthy gin. This is the principle of a knife roller gin. If you see this slide, so it shows the proper principle of ginning, whereas a ginning roll which is covered with leather covering. Leather covering is basically certain several layers of fabrics cemented together on top of a circular beam. Okay, so what happens? It is like not emery paper, but it is similar to emery paper. So this emery paper or the ginning roll basically consists more adhesion to the fibers. More adhesion to the fibers. So these fibers, when it comes in surface with this roll, it will be remained to the surface, whereas as it is rotating at a good speed, so what happens? The stationary knife which is kept, which will not allow the seeds to pass, but it will allow the fibers to pass. Okay, so in this case what happens? Some of the fibers will pass through the ginning roller and the separated seeds will fall down, and the seeds along with certain carryover. Carryover is nothing but whereas the seeds will consist some of the fibers also on the surface. This carryover will be reprocessed in such a way that again this operation will be carried out. I hope you are clear with the principle here. So the ginning roller is the most important, and the roller covering material is made from 13 layers of plain woven cotton fabric bounded with a white rubber compound. And the rotary knife roller gin, stands separate the fibers from the seeds by using the frictional forces between a moving roller and a fixed stationary knife surface. So during the normal ginning, the roller to fiber forces is greater than the stationary knife to fiber force. Therefore, the fiber sticks to the roller surface and seeds will slips on the stationary knife surface. We can observe in the photograph. The cotton is ginned as fibers move along with the roller surface and the stationary knife holds the seeds. Each stroke of the rotary knife clears the stationary knife edge of the accumulated seed cotton ginned and partially ginned seed. Partially ginned seeds are either pulled back to the stationary knife and completely ginned on swept along with the seed and carry over for further ginning. This is a commercially used gin. Even if you consider in India, 80% of the gins or works on the principle of knife roller ginning. But these are referred as DR gins. DR is referred as double roller gins. Okay. DR gins are referred as double roller gins. Then if you see the single acting McCarthyism, the McCarthyism, the function is similar, but whereas it will consist a stationary knife and also a mobile knife. The stationary knife will not allow the seeds, whereas the mobile knife will be keep on moving and it will hesitate the seeds or the kapas, the raw material which is referred as kapas, which will push the kapas against the ginning roller. Okay, so the stationary knife which will remain stationary and the mobile knife will be keep on moving. Understanding? Okay, so this position either in this direction or in this direction. Okay, so single acting McCarthyism, double acting McCarthyism. Single acting McCarthyism means one fixed knife and one mobile knife. Okay, so whereas what happens here, this is the stationary knife and this is the mobile knife. Okay, the mobile knife will straightly go ahead of the stationary knife. Straightly go ahead of the stationary knife. This is referred as McCarthyism. In case of double acting McCarthyism, it will be like simultaneous. Say this is the stationary knife and here are the two knives. One will be keep on oscillating. Okay, at any condition. So what is the objective here? Basically improved productivity in case of double acting McCarthyisms. Now let us see one of the ginning mill in Australia, the process, how it will be done. So once, but the input also will come as like a bigger candy form. The raw material which enters into the ginning mill is known as kapas. This is the input to the ginning mill. Certain countries, they make track of the place where the cotton is grown also. That is basically for backtracking. You can see the various candies. The ginning process, stage 1 is feeder bay. This is the feeder bay where the cotton will be keep on the candy is being opened and then sent to a mixing chamber. So these inclined lattice cylinders will open and transfer the cotton through various ducts. In the second stage, the very important stage is the drying stage. As cotton can absorb up to 27 times of its weight in water, so this moisture need to be removed just before the ginning. Once the drying is over, the pre-cleaning state will start. This works in the inclined cylinder cleaner principle, whereas the kapas, the raw material, will feed from the top and then it will be fed to this inclined cylinder cleaners, whereas the bigger lumps will come and settle in the bottom, whereas each cylinder will push the kapas to the upward cylinder. So in the process where the cotton will be revolving around these cylinders will be opened up into a small lumps, and these will be carried further to the machine. The second stage cleaning is more inclined cleaning, and certain dust and heavy trash particles will be collected separately. This is a stick machine. Stick machine where the trash particles like seed bits, leaf bits, hull or husk of the cotton balls will be separated. If you see here the kapas will be fed, and this is one roller and this is another roller. So whereas what is happening, the bigger as like sticks and all will be fall out and collected at this trash chute. The next process and the main process, the ginning actual process, is the seed separation. In this animation we are going to see a Sargent principle. The ginning, the cotton seed is high in protein and oil and is often used as stock feed also. When the cultivation is very high, the cotton can be fed to buffaloes and cows also. The oil is extracted from cotton seed and is used for margarine, cooking oil, for making soaps, plastics and cosmetics, various other things. This shows inside how a Sargent roller will looks like. It generally consists of the Sargent 222 circular saw discs placed next to each one. Okay. So here on the top the kapas will be fed, and then it will separate the lint in one way and the seeds to the bottom. You can see the seeds are getting falling down and the lint is being transferred. You can see the mountain in this video basically consists of the seeds which are being lumped. In generally, see, 100% cotton is fed to a ginning mill. In that, the cotton seed will consist 55 to 60% of the weight as the cotton seed itself. Only 35 to 40% will be the lint, and 10% is the trash and linters which are there along with it. The next process is the final cleaning. So this is the seeds containing the linters. So you can see the working of a actual ginning mill. So this is the lint which is collected and transferred to a pneumatic compressed bales. So the cotton lint is compressed and made into a bale. So generally the international norm for bale is 227 kg, whereas in India generally 160 to 170 kg bales are generally used. You can see the final output from the ginning mill in this video. the same is transported to the spinning mills, and some amount of cotton is transferred to the quality lab for testing and evaluation of these fiber properties. Fiber properties like fiber length, strength, uniformity, micronear value and trash content. These are the ones which are generally tested in the ginning mills or in the spinning mills. In case of international transportation, it will be transported through the sea transport. So that is about a ginning mill in general principle. For a quick review, so far we have seen the objectives of ginning. The primary objective of ginning is to separation of fibers and seeds without damaging to either of it. So it consists various processes straight from the raw material, which is referred as kapas, then mixing, the pneumatic conveyor through the ducts, through the pre-cleanings, then it may be consist of an inclined cleaner machine and also a stick machine, then the ginning machine where the seeds will be separated, and the lint, whereas it will be processed through the lint cleaner and then processed to the pre-bale press and the baling press. So this is a typical layout. If you see, it consists, the first one, seed cotton module or the candy as we referred, then it will be goes to the module feeder, then the moisture sensor and camera. So whereas the camera, what is the role of camera here? Basically to identify any unwanted materials, like maybe even the operator's slippers may come along with the cotton, and it will monitor any unwanted material, that may be a metallic particle or it may be any of the cloths or packing material or metal particles or polythene sheets which will be used to cover the rolls. All these things will be monitored in this camera. Then it will be sent to a dryer. So in the preliminary dryer, whereas it can be reduced half of the moisture, and then it will go through a cylinder cleaner and a stick machine. So in this cylinder cleaner and stick machine, what happens? A further opening of the cotton seeds or the kapas will happen. Then the dryer, the dryer will further remove the moisture. Okay. Then it will again go to a cylinder cleaner. Whereas what happens? The proper opening of each individual seeds could takes place. Then it will be forwarded to the gin stand. In the ginning stand, the separation of fibers and seeds actually takes place. The seeds will be transported separately and the lint will be pneumatically conveyed to the pair of lint cleaners. In the lint cleaner, the role of lint cleaner here is, as the cotton is in the open state, the separation of trash particles or dust particles is very easy. Okay. So this lint cleaners will remove all the debris like unwanted particles from plant-based material or non-plant-based materials like metals or even rubber, polythene, jute, any of these things which will be generally used in the packing materials. These also will be removed, and then it will be converted and sent to the bale press. Bale press, where in the bale press the compression of this lint could take place. The volume can be reduced by 30 times, or even in certain cases, whereas in Egyptian Giza cotton and all, it will be compressed by 45 folds. Okay, means the area which can be occupied by 45 square meters can be reduced to 1 square meter. That is the ability of compression. So in order to increase or in order to give that much amount of force onto the cotton, either we may use a hydraulic bale press or a pneumatic bale press. There are two types. Hydraulic bale press will give more, or it can accept more pressure compared to the pneumatic bale press. Okay, just quickly. So the cotton seed which will be fed, then the moisture will be removed through the dryer, then a pre-cleaning machines, then again a dryer, then cylinder cleaner, then gin stand, then lint cleaners, and then a bale press. Okay. Then the different types of gins, as we have seen, it evolved from the roller charka to a foot operated rollers to the present today's gins. The present today's gins, as we can understand, there are three types of majorly used ginning machines. One is knife roller gin, another one is saw gin. Okay, the third one is McCarthy gin. Nowadays McCarthy gins are not being used. Knife roller gins, which are made into a double roller, are also referred as DR gins. In India, 90% of the ginning, or we could say not 90, 98% of the ginning is through the DR ginning itself. Why? Because these are gentle in action. Whereas we have seen the operation of saw gin as of now. So the saw gin consists a brute force onto the fiber. So what happens if the same kapas is fed through the knife roller gin and also saw gin? What happens is the staple length, the length of the fiber which is accepted, will be slightly higher in case of knife roller gin compared with the saw gin. But if you compare the McCarthy gin, the length is even more better. Okay, but due to the limitations of the productivity, the McCarthy gin is not much followed. So this is the operation of the knife roller. We are just reviewing. So what is happening in the ginning roll? So the ginning roll is basically consists of an adhesion roller. So it will stick to the fibers and it will pull the fibers along with this. Whereas the stationary knife, it will not allow the seeds to pass through. Okay. So here the seed and fiber separation is going to take place. Will it completely remove in the single cycle? No, it may not. It may revolve around several cycles in order to complete it. Okay. So this we have seen. This is a typical view of a DR gin, which is generally used all over India or Asian countries in generally. The McCarthy gin, which we have seen. Saw gin. As we understood the application of the saw gin, so in the hopper, the feeding material will be fed and then it will be given to the saw discs, whereas the material will come here and then the saw discs will be keep on revolving at a very higher speed, and the space between each saw will be very limited such that the seed will not pass through. Okay, only the fibers will be plucked by the sawtooth points. Okay, so the lint will be carried forward and a brush roller revolving at a very high speed will collect all this lint and then it will transfer. Okay, the seeds will fall down here. The seeds will be separately collected and near this brush roller some motes also will be collected. Motes are nothing but the small particles or the broken parts of the seeds. Okay, and the lint will be collected pneumatically and then which will be conveyed further for the process of lint cleaning and also compression and making it into a bale form. The seed cotton is fed upon lattice as we saw. So the number of saws, if you consider, it will vary between 70 to 220. 70 to 220 depending upon the capacity of the gin. Whether it is a 3/4 meter width or 1 meter width or 1.5 or 2 meters width, the number of saws also will be more. Okay. So far we have discussed what is ginning, objectives of ginning, the process sequence of ginning machinery, including pre-cleaning, post-cleaning, and types of gins. So the output of ginning is a cotton bale. As we are seeing in this picture, a cotton bale generally consists of 500 pounds internationally, 500 pounds which is equivalent to 227 kg. If you are planning for international market, it will be 500 pounds as like this. In case of Indian market, it will be 160, 170 or 180 kgs in generally. Okay. So this is the output of the ginning process. Okay. So that's all for this class. In the next class, we will be discussing more about making of the bales. Okay. Thank you everyone.
India is writing its success story, and you could be a part of it by embracing new technologies, breaking new frontiers. The new India is ready to take a leap ahead. Are you ready? Vignan, building young India.